It's Friday morning in the fabulous Florida Keys. The weekend is here. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty. It's not only the weekend, but it's St. Patrick's Day weekend, and we're in the heart of spring break. Duval Street and the bars on Duval are going to be packed this weekend. They have a pretty large annual bar crawl for St. Patrick's Day every year. I did it the first few years I was down here, and it was all sorts of fun when I was in my early to mid-20s, but now I avoid Duval Street on St. Patrick's Day weekend at all costs. This is my morning market MLS update video I do every day right about this same time. I report all the new listings in Key West and the Lower Keys that have come on the market in the last 24 hours. If you watch this video every day, you'll be ahead of most buyers. You'll know about all the new listings from Big Pine Key down to Key West the same day the realtors find out about them. You can also get a much more detailed description of these listings, including photographs, if you follow my blog, keywestinvesting.com. I'll put that web address in the description below if you don't remember it. There's a lot more information about the homes on the blog, a lot more details, any unique features each individual home may have. There'll be photos of the inside of the home, photos of the outside of the home. If the home happens to be waterfront or happens to have a pool, there'll be photos of the water view, photos of the boat dockage, photos of the pool. It's just a lot more information than I can cram into a couple-minute quick YouTube video. Again, that web address is keywestinvesting.com, and it's updated from the Florida Keys multiple listing service, including photos every day. If you like this video and you want to stay current with what's being listed in the Florida Keys at what price, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. While you're down there subscribing, or even if you already are a subscriber, right next to the subscribe button, you'll see that thumbs up like symbol. If you could click that, that helps me advance in the YouTube algorithm, and it'll help my channel grow a lot. So I'd appreciate it if you could just take a half a second and click that as well. We have 5 new homes to talk about today, but before I tell you about the new homes, the state of Florida has just got too many lawyers and they had to butt in and make me cover the legal boring stuff. The information I'm about to give you comes directly from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. I'm not accepting any responsibility for any of these listings. I'm not claiming any of these listings to be my own listing. And I'm not accepting any responsibility if there's any inaccuracies in the information I give you. I'm simply reading it to you right from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. The first one we have is a great house in Key West's Old Town neighborhood on Angela Street. It's in the 900 block of Angela Street. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,092 square foot house. Close enough to walk to Duval Street, but far enough away that it'll still be quiet. You won't have the tourists driving around in your front yard and parking in front of your house. It's being offered at $1,225,000, which is an excellent price for a house on Angela Street that close to Duval Street. The only downside I see is there is no off-street parking. And once you get down into the 900 block of Angela Street, it becomes a pretty narrow street. Parking on the street could be difficult, but a lot of people that live downtown, or if it's a vacation home downtown, their only source of transportation is a bicycle or even a scooter. If you're one of those people and you can live with a bike or a scooter, even without the parking at $1,225,000 for a house in Old Town, and especially on Angela Street, one of our nicest streets, is definitely an excellent buy and worth taking a look at. Then in Key West's Midtown neighborhood on Johnson Street, we have a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,777 square foot house. It's on an oversized lot. I believe it said it was a 7,500 square foot lot, when most of the lots in that area are either 5,000, either 5,000 square feet or 6,000 square feet. So you have extra room to add on to the house, add a pool, just make your own little tropical oasis out in the backyard. If you look at the blog on this one, it does say right in the description, room to add on or start from scratch. When I see start from scratch, that leads me to believe it's a borderline teardown. But when I scrolled through and looked at all the photographs, it doesn't look all that bad. It's definitely worth taking a look at. It's offered at $1,370,000, which would be a great price for a house that just needed a little bit of sprucing up and fixing up. If it's a total tear down, then you definitely want to get construction estimates before you put an offer in while you're during your due diligence inspection period and you can get out. But If the house looks as nice in person as it does in the photographs, $1,370,000 for a house that large on an oversized lot and just a couple blocks from the beach, very close to the major grocery stores, very close to a few nice restaurants, about a 5-minute car ride to Duval Street. It's definitely a good buy. Then we go to Key West's Newtown neighborhood on Eagle Ave. We have a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,032 square foot house in a section of Newtown we call Smurf Village. The locals named it Smurf Village because the houses kind of look like the houses in that old cartoon, the Smurfs from the 80s with the blue people. Smurf Village is one area where you'll hear me do what you probably never thought you'd hear any realtor tell you to do. Don't buy it, stay away. Somehow the developer got them all deeded as single-family homes, but there's 4 units to one building, one structure, one roof. But they're deeded single-family homes, and there is no HOA, there's no governing rules, there's no condo association. So if you have 3 great neighbors, it could be a good situation. You get into a house at a relatively low price. This one's being offered at $625,000, which is extremely low for any house anywhere in Key West. But if you don't have 3 good neighbors and the building needs, just common routine maintenance, it needs a new roof, it needs to be resided, it needs to be tented for termites. It's kind of on the honor system that all 4 neighbors are going to pitch in their fair share. Or if the house needs to be tented for termites, you need to move out for at least 2, sometimes 3 days. All 4 neighbors have to agree to move out, otherwise you can't tent the building. If you tent half of it, the termites are just going to go over to the other half, and then once you take the tent off, the next door neighbor's termites are just going to come back to your house. A lot of people that live in the condos and the townhouses do the injection termite treatment, and that works, but it's the same situation. As soon as the chemicals go away, the next door neighbor's termites are just going to come right back to your house. So if you don't have cooperating neighbors, you could be stuck pitting up the bill for the entire roof of the building or to reside the building or for the entire tenting of the building, and that's even if your neighbors are willing to move out. So I tend to tell people to stay away from Smurf Village. I have sold a few of them, and the ones I've sold, I've actually made the buyer sign an addendum saying they were buying it against broker advice. But that's just my opinion. A lot of people live down there. A lot of people like it a lot. Next, we go up to Big Coppitt to El Monte Lane. We have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 966 square foot house. This one has a metal roof, which will lower your insurance. It's being offered at $699,000. It's located only a 10-minute car ride from Key West. That's a great price for a house that close to Key West. It is, however, on a tiny lot. It's only on a 2,800 square foot lot, which, some people look at that as a good thing. Others look at it as a bad thing. You're not going to have any room to do anything in your yard as far as a pool or even a tiki hut or do much in the yard. But then someone else will look at that and figure it's less yard to maintain and the more time you can spend enjoying the dream, living the dream in the Florida Keys lifestyle. So that's really just a matter of personal preference. If you want a yard where you can expand and spend a lot of time outside in your yard, maybe put in a pool or something, then this one's probably not the house for you. If you want a very low maintenance yard, very small, and you don't care about spending time in the yard, you'd rather spend it downtown on Duval Street, or rather spend it out in the boat, snorkeling, going to the Sunset Festival, just living the Florida Keys lifestyle, it's a good thing. And $699,000 for any house less than 10 minutes from Key West is an excellent buy. Then we go to Little Torch Key in a subdivision called Coral Shores Estates. Coral Shores Estates was originally a 100% mobile home park, but as the years have gone on, a lot of the mobile homes have been removed and a single-family house has been put up. This one is a mobile home. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 802 square foot mobile home on a deep water boating canal. Great boating. Goes right out into Pine Channel, which if you want to go offshore, you go under the bridge and you're in Newfound Harbor, which is the deepest, widest boating channel in all of the lower Keys. Or if you want to go out and explore the beautiful Florida Keys backcountry, you're pretty well there. You just turn left out of the channel, and in less than 5 minutes, you're out in the backcountry with the flats and the sandbars and islands that are government-owned that have nice sandy beaches. You want to pull up and get some sun, or have a floating picnic or a floating cocktail hour. A lot of the locals will just get together, and you'll see 20, 30, 40 boats out there, and they're just all hanging out in the water having some fun. This one's being offered at $585,000, which is a good price for any boating property, but keep in mind it still is a 1976 built mobile home. That's all we have for today. If you want to take a look at any of these homes or any home anywhere in the Florida Keys, give me a call at 305-731-0501. And don't forget to check out my blog, keywestinvesting.com. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty.